Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. We'll be starting shortly. All right, I think we can start with the session, Kaushik. People will start tuning in live. Sessions gonna go already live on YouTube. People can tune in and they can start asking questions on the chat as well. So let's begin. Hey everyone, welcome to the live show of Web3 Tools organized by Foundership. To those who do not know about Foundership, Foundership is a Web3 accelerator providing incubation to Web3 startups through its programs 0x Camp and Launch Camp. To know more, kindly visit our website at foundershiphq.com. In the ever evolving landscape of technology, the advent of Web3 has ushered in a new era of decentralized and user centric online experiences. At the heart of this evolution lies the concept of smart accounts, a revolutionary approach to onboarding users into the Web3 ecosystem. Unlike traditional accounts, smart accounts empower users with greater control over their data, transactions, and interactions. Today, Kaushik, CTO at Zenguard, one of the portfolio companies at Foundership as well, will delve into the transformative potential of onboarding users to Web3 through smart contracts, smart accounts, exploring how this innovative approach is reshaping digital identity, security, engagement, and paving the way for a more inclusive and self sovereign online realm. Over to you, Kaushik.
Thanks for that short and brief intro. So I think I'll present first, and there are a few slides I will go through just to walk you through what we are doing and motivation, the reason behind uh, the solution that we have built at Zenguard. What are the problems that we are trying to solve? Let me try to share screen. I hope it's visible.
Yes, it's visible, Kaushik.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Kaushik. As Udit pointed out, we are one of the portfolio companies of Foundership HQ, where we have been working with the team to understand the Web3 space better, what the users want, and trying to build the best solution that we can from our end. So at Zenguard, our vision is to make the crypto onboarding safe and convenient. So there is always a compromise people have to make when onboarding into the space like Web3, where self-custody is something that is very important, where, if you give away for the safety, there will be some kind of a compromise that we have to make for the convenience. And at Zenguard, we are trying to solve this by providing the right balance of both security and the convenience. So just to, before talking about what we are trying to solve it, what we are doing at Zenguard, I think we can go through some of the problems that the current onboarding aspect of the Web3 is facing. So there are, I think everybody is aware of two kinds of wallet if they are into this Web3 space, doing the self-custody. So obviously there is one aspect when most of the people trying to onboard into this ecosystem, they will buy their crypto through the exchanges. But once they have their crypto, if they want to do the self-custody, just like holding your cash in the wallet, you'll have to own something called as a wallet in the crypto space. And there are two kinds of wallet, externally owned account and as well as smart contract wallets. These are very popular. But both of them do have the problem, especially the first one, which is called as externally owned account. So the one of the example could be MetaMask itself, one of the most popular wallets out there. But there is a tremendous amount of problems faced when the user is onboarding. There is a lot of learning curve involved. to like install these wallets and understand what's going on behind the scenes. But the main problems are painful onboarding experience. People have to when they're installing, they'll have to back up their seed phrase, which is kind of like a password, but which can't be raised. So if you lose access to it, you can't reset that something like a password in the traditional banking sector or any kind of social media accounts that you hold. So painful onboarding, you'll have to take care of it. So there is always the risk of losing these keys or devices. You lose your entire asset. And even though, let's say you have done your onboarding and done the key management, how do you ensure that in case of something accidental, unfortunate event that happens to ourselves, how do you ensure the inheritance? How do you ensure the event-based recovery? That's one of the other challenges. And there is no upgradability. Once you install this wallet, there is no additional features that you can add to these kind of wallets. So in the other part, there is something called as a smart contract wallet, which is not something new. It has been there from the early inventions of the blockchain, such as Ethereum, or famous L2 blockchains such as Polygon. There are a lot of different smart contract wallet. But still, there is a challenge that these kind of smart contract wallet that are facing. For example, there is a very famous and secure wallet called as a Safe, which provides multi-sig onboarding. That means multiple people can own a single wallet where multiple authorization is required for one transaction to take place. But onboarding is still challenging for many people, although it's very secure. Key management is still a problem there. So even though you onboard into the smart contract wallet, you still have to manage your keys to log into these kind of like a smart contract accounts. Again, there is no inbuilt recovery. People have to work around adding this recovery. All the recovery could be added for such kind of wallet. And extensibility is not so easily managed. So there is no standard way. Although these kind of wallets are upgradable, you can add more features, but there is no standardized way of adding this kind of like features to this wallet. So this is something that we are trying to tackle at Zenguard by providing mainly three kind of pieces that or solutions that we are providing: easy onboarding for the user, and a modular smart account that we are providing for the user, which is nothing but you can add any kind of features such as security features. It could be recovery, adding second factor authentication. Let's say you are doing a transaction where you want to add second factor authentication such as authenticator, or email login, or OTP, SMS based OTP. All these kind of like second factor authentication could be added. And also not just limited to secure transactions or the recovery, but whole lot of different features can be built, added with our plugin marketplace. There will be a secure monitored marketplace. This is sort of like an app store, or something like a Google's Play Store, where you can install application to your mobile phone. You can install this application to your wallets, such as inheritance feature, auto subscription payment, subscription auto payment, or you can set daily spend limits to make sure that some accidental spends doesn't happen on your wallet, and a lot of other features could be added onto it. And the most important thing, as I pointed out, is easy onboarding. What the user wants is that they want to onboard with the existing onboarding authentication solutions such as Google login, any kind of social logins, email login, or SMS login, and all those sort of like authentication mechanism. At the same time, they first transaction the user wants to do, or few of the transaction, they do not want native tokens, such as, let's say, if you're doing a transaction on Ethereum, you'll have to pay this gas or transaction fee on the Ethereum. If it's on Polygon, you'll have to pay on the Matic token. So user doesn't have to do, when they are first onboarding, there should be gasless transaction or the sponsored transaction, so that they can quickly onboard. So these are the things that we are trying to solve by giving this wallet infrastructure for the user, so that they can easily onboard and add all these kind of features. So this is like a high level protocol that we have. The user can onboard into this ecosystem or get a wallet. Zenguard actually leverages the security provided by the Safe. Safe is one of the popular infrastructure provider for the smart accounts or the smart contract wallets, and we just leverage their security so that we build on top of them, providing this plugin marketplace and any kind of recovery solution with our Zenguard recovery solution mechanism. And on top of that, we provide these gasless transactions for the user to onboard, and any authentication mechanism for them to quickly onboard and create a wallet. So yeah, some of the use cases, we are kind of like a wallet provider or a wallet suite. Any of the existing dApps such as DeFi, NFT can integrate with us to get this wallet solution. They can quickly onboard with their social logins or email login, and they can get a wallet, and they can easily interact and with this DeFi protocol, any of the decentralized applications, mint NFTs without paying for the gas initial transactions. And they can add a whole bunch of recovery features or any kind of like automated solutions as a plugin to their wallets. We are also applicable for the existing safe account. So there are more than 4 million accounts that are created on the safe wallet ecosystem. So existing safe account holders can also leverage our solutions such as plugin marketplace, adding all these like different extensions and features on top of their wallets. And we can also provide customized wallet experience for the either custodial or non-custodial wallets. It could be even we could integrate with something like MetaMask to give them the smart contract wallet solution, or somebody trying to build their new mobile wallet. They can directly use our SDKs to get this wallet created and add all these rich features. So yeah, this is what we are trying to build at Zenguard. So we are kind of like a smart contract wallet infrastructure, or we call it as a smart account. But since we are providing all these pluggable features on top of the smart accounts, we call it as a modular smart account, so that any kind of features can be added onto the smart accounts. So our main motive, as I pointed out, is to provide this seamless onboarding as well as the safe onboarding for the user to manage their assets. At the same time, we want them that Web2 kind of experience to be provided. So we don't want any of the new learnings they have to do when they want to onboard in the ecosystem. But later on they can do, but the first experience should be always sort of like what people are always used to, but providing the same level of security for this self-custody. So that's something that we are doing at Zenguard. If there is any questions, I can answer. But I would like to show some of the demo, how the onboarding works, how we can add features such as recovery, and I would also walk you through some of the integration that we can do with the existing safe accounts.
Hey Kaushik, so I think let's proceed with the demo first, and we'll take the questions towards the end of the session.
Sounds good. Let me just walk you through, how an account is created. You can just go to zenguard.xyz and try the demo. Currently, our SDKs are not live, but you can check our demo so that you get onboarded and understand the experience of how the wallet works like. So typically, if you want to onboard into any kind of wallet, you will have to install the wallet, and then basically you'll have to write down those 12 or 24-word seed phrases if it's an externally owned account, or even if it's something like a safe wallet, you'll have to still own either extension, hardware wallet, or any kind of authentication mechanism. But let's say you want to onboard into Zenguard, you just click on get started, and you can just log in with your social logins or even any other social logins as well. So let's just let me log into one of my email accounts. Yeah, so there you go. That's it. And currently we are in base testnet, but we provide. Currently we have a few minutes as well. But yeah, this is just for the demoable version. So this is already created a wallet. So you can create multiple accounts as well for once you onboarded into this wallet. But let me create a new account, fresh smart contract account. Once you onboarded, you don't have to manage your keys as you can see. And even one of the problems with most of the smart accounts or smart contract wallet is that you will still have to pay for the gas fee, even to create your account, right? Because it's smart contract, so you're deploying your wallet or contract account on this blockchain. So you'll still have to pay for the gas fee, but here it's again subsidized for the user. As you can see, this is freshly minted smart account, but it's you don't have to pay any gas fee. And yeah, so you have an account, and let's say you want to mint an NFT. Again, in a gasless transaction, you can just quickly get an NFT as well. So this is how smooth an onboarding experience for the user is that you can even integrate this kind of solution with any dApps. So you can quickly do a DeFi transaction or any kind of OpenSea, you can get connected as well. So again, you can see that an NFT has been minted. As you can see, ERC 721 NFT has been created for that user. So let me show you the second part, which I was talking about the plugins that you can add. So currently, this demo version we have integrated one recovery plugin. So recovery is nothing but, let's say you lose access to your device or lose access to the email that you have authenticated. What happens in that case? Or let's say you want to give your access of your wallet to your loved ones through email address itself or biometry, but only after certain kind of like an event, they can trigger this recovery mechanism. So let me do one thing, not through the email, but through a biometry recovery. So I have a device, Android device, and I can quickly validate my biometry through this device, and I can attest this phone or my biometry as a recovery functionality. So if you're on a phone device, you can just do that with a single click. Let me just scan. I just did a fingerprint here, and it has been authenticated. We save these proofs on chain so that validation can be done whenever you are doing the recovery. So you just have to give one email for the remembering the recovery here, and then you just do the recovery. Again, this user doesn't have to pay any gas for these kind of like plugins to be added. So again, it will be subsidized. So one of the other benefit, again, when you're trying to do the recovery or the beneficiary trying to do the recovery, they don't have to know anything about the wallet itself, so that they don't have to have gas to pay for these kind of like interactions. So yeah, so account recovery set, that's it. And now let's log out and then try to do the recovery again with biometry. You can do with the email as well, but let me paste that email that I pointed out. Again, you just start to validate your biometry here. Yeah, that's it. Since you're trying to recover, you can actually transfer the old account to your something that you already own, let's say MetaMask, or you can create a new account by through your different email or something like that. Again, with one click, you should be able to recover that wallet. So this is all, we have our plugin that we have installed, and actually the Zenguard infrastructure is taking care of all this recovery. Behind the scene, it's a slightly decentralized version of the Guardian social recovery, and we are verifying this biometry and trying to give access to the user if the recovery goes through. So this currently has been recorded. As you can see, the ownership has been changed. Even you can see some of the events if you want to verify. In a few seconds, this ownership has been changed. Now, since I've logged in with the new account here, you can try to mint, say, just to check whether you have access to the same account or not. Yeah, as you can see, the new owner was able to mint an NFT as well. So this is one of the plugins that you could add, and there will be many other plugins the user can add, such as session keys. You can set limits for your wallets, add 2FA transaction as well. Let's say you want every time you're trying to do a transaction, you can add one more authentication level, such as OTPs, email OTPs, phone OTPs, again, biometry scans and all this kind of thing. So session key is something like you could give third-party application access to your wallet for certain amount of time or certain amount of asset. Let's say USDT $50, you want to give access to your one more decentralized application for maybe 2 days, and those kind of things could be done. So this is quite similar to in a traditional banking account. A banking account, you can actually give third-party applications to auto debit from your either credit cards or bank accounts. So these kind of features could also be built into our smart partners, our accounts as well, which was something that was lacking in the externally owned account. Something like MetaMask, you couldn't automate on all those things. Even if you try to automate, you will have to still share the private keys with the other user. But here you don't have to do. You can limit all these things. So these again features are limitless. Any kind of features could be built on top of it. So this is Zenguard, but I can, if there is again questions I could answer, I will try to answer, or I can show one more quick demo on how the existing safe user can also leverage this functionality.
Sure, Kaushik, go ahead.
Okay. So let me take you through Safe. As I pointed out, Zenguard is on top of Safe infrastructure. So all the accounts that are created can be imported in the Safe wallet or any of their ecosystem applications. So Safe supports few of this network, but let's build on top of on let's create a wallet on top of base Guard latest net. So here, what I'm doing is that I have connected through my MetaMask account. I'll just be creating, again, this is a multi-sig account, multi-sig smart contract wallet. That means you can add more than one owners as well. So you can connect one MetaMask account or one more other phone wallet, so that every time you do the transaction, either one out of two or both the wallets has to sign on top of it. But let's create only single signer account for now. So here, as you can see in the Safe wallet, you'll have to pay some gas. Unlike Zenguard, we subsidize the user for, they don't have to pay for any of the transaction fee. Yeah, so the wallet has been created right now. So this is a new wallet. Again, they can do any kind of transaction here. So let me just copy this. And let me go to this Zenguard and try to log in with the same account. So that means I'll have to now use the MetaMask account, sorry, MetaMask wallet. So I've logged in with the same wallet that I had logged in here in the Safe wallet account. So let me try to, there will be multiple accounts created. Let me try to find out the one account that we had created, which ends with C5. Still not able to find. Sometimes it does take time to reflect. B8 ends with C5. Is this the one? B8 7A. Oh yeah, this is the one. B8 7. So this is the account that we just created in the Safe wallet. Even you can verify this here. So it was just created 1 minute ago. So again, you could mint and everything. Let me just, what I'll do is that instead of minting, let me just add the recovery functionality with, but this time with the email. So I want to transfer this account, which was I was created to koshik.zengar.xyz. Just enabling the recovery. But you here, you will have to sign as I wanted. This is not a social login, but I logged in with the MetaMask. So I do have to sign, but you don't have to pay for the transaction fee. Yeah, there might be a couple of signatures that is required. Looks okay. Took time, but yeah, it's done. So the account recovery has been set. So now let's try to recover that. Just go recovery and email, not the biometry. So just have to authenticate with the email that I had given, which is koshik.zengar, koshik@zengar.xyz. I just have to authenticate there, and it has been verified. So what I'm trying to show here is the, it was quick. I don't think that took place properly. let me try again. All right, I guess something went wrong while recovering, but ideally it should have worked. But let me try to maintain NFT. Yeah, something. Sorry about this demo, but yeah, I think this is what I wanted to show. Eventually you will get access to, and basically the ownership from this MetaMask account will be transferred to the email account that I have transferred right now. But yeah, unfortunately it didn't happen. But yeah, if you want to check out the demo, we do have the demo as well in our uh, website as well as YouTube accounts. I can link it as well. So for both, how you can use for safe as well as for the directly through the Zenguard. So this is a simple demo. You could check it out as well. So our eventual goal is to integrate these kind of three kind of use cases, but we will be providing certain SDKs for as SDKs as well for both dApp developers as well as the existing um, mobile wallets or any desktop wallets can integrate with us, or the new wallets that are trying to leverage some kind of smart contract solution with the modular infrastructure to add plugins and everything. They could actually use our solution as well. So this is Zenguard. Happy to answer any question that if you guys.
Hey Kaushik, so we've received one question, and the question is how much data is stored essentially in the database?
In the database.
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
it's a generally question how much data is stored, so I'm assuming it's in the database. Not
Okay.
sure if you could take that question.
Yeah, so I can answer because every infrastructure when we are trying to build, we try to make it as decentralized as possible. But in our case, we make it most of the things like building the plugin marketplace. Everything is decentralized. We build most of the things on chain itself. For example, when we are leveraging the wallet creations, we use MPC solutions like Web3 auth for authentications. You could integrate with any of the providers or any of the wallet as well. Just we have integrated at the moment with the Web3 auth. And when we provide the SDK, again, any provider could be integrated. And second part, when it comes to the gasless transaction, we use something called as the Gelato network, which is mostly decentralized, kind of like a relayer where which is the preferred relayer for the safe accounts. But going forward, we will be making it much more decentralized with the 433 7 account abstraction format, where we will be uh, doing the relaying all this gasless transaction with the help of Paymaster, which will be much more decentralized. And when it comes to the plugins, our infrastructure is decentralized. But for example, some of the plugins could be either hybrid infrastructure. For example, this recovery that we are using currently is slightly hybrid. That means there are certain guardians which we have to host in our server. There will be some metadata that we have to store in database at this moment. But this could be replaced as well. Either somebody else can build the recovery solutions, which is much more decentralized. We are mostly a pluggable solution, but we will ourselves will be trying to decentralize this recovery solution, that so that we can although we host it in centralized databases, all this metadata could be much more decentralized in the future.
Perfect. I had a few questions myself as well, Kaushik. So the first question was, how do smart accounts empower users with more control over their data and interaction with the Web3 environment? And what are the key features that enable this control?
Sorry, I think I didn't get you. Can you repeat?
Yeah, sure. So my question was, how do smart accounts empower users with more control over their data and interactions within the Web3 environment? And what are the key features that enable this control?
Okay. So basically, the reason smart account exists, so we call it as a, smart contract wallet is something which is not new. It has been there. For example, multi-sig wallets were something that was there. Smart contract wallet is kind of like an extension of multi-sig. You could do a lot of things, not just multi-sig transaction. Um, so the ideology behind smart contract wallet is to bring this accessibility as well as security, but still preserve the self custody of users. So it's not at all centralized. It's just that some of the integrations could be hybrid, but it's still mostly decentralized. It's actually much more secure than the externally owned account wallets, where if you lose private key, your all the data or your assets are gone. So here there is nothing different that we have to provide. Principles are kept intact. So still, user owns the data, user owns all the the wallet assets and everything. But again, it depends on what kind of applications that you're building on top of it. If you're building slightly centralized plugins that for the smart accounts or the smart contract wallet, which leverages centralized databases and all, there could be some kind of decentralization lost, or some kind of centralization will be there. But this depends on this monitoring or the security aspect of the plugin that you're trying to build or features that you're trying to build. So imagine this is kind of like an app store. You have a wallet which is your mobile phone. Think about mobile phone or operating system, Android operating system as your wallet, and it's completely up to you what kind of application that you install. If you install some of the application which are malicious, you might actually lose access to your, it might corrupt your operating system. So the smart contract wallet is very similar. It's mostly secure, mostly decentralized data with you, but it depends on what kind of application that you install. So that is why there is a requirement for security audits for all these kind of plugins that you're trying to integrate. There has to be some kind of attestation that user has to build. The infrastructure has to build saying that this is secure. This has been rated 5 out of 10 risk factor, or this has been rated 9 out of 10. So yeah, it's up
Perfect.
to the user. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks a lot. And how are different industries collaborating to promote the adoption of smart accounts for Web3 onboarding currently? And what was your motivation to go with this particular idea?
Yeah, definitely. This industry, surprisingly, once you start looking into uh, this kind of like a newer technology, it feels like you are the first one to enter, or few of them to enter. But you will see that a lot of people are actually building on similar technology, trying to collaborate, trying to build this kind of like a standard. So as far as I can see, there are numerous people trying to build this kind of like a similar solution, trying to trying to come up with the standardized solution, secure solution, which works for everybody. Some of the names could be something like Bioeconomy, a safe ecosystem itself, and there are plenty of other players working on the account abstraction standards such as 4337, especially from the Ethereum community, trying to contribute into these kind of like a standards, so that everybody on the same page, so that they can interoperably come up with such solution that works on different wallets. So everybody's cooperative in this space. I would say there are plenty of people are trying to build different innovative solutions.
Got it. And could you shed some light on potential future developments of smart accounts in the Web3 ecosystem? And how might this technology evolve and shape the user experience in the years to come?
Yeah, I think some of the terminology people might have heard when it comes to the smart contract wallet, which is gaining a lot of traction recently, is account abstraction. I guess everybody who is in the space, especially in the technology space, they will get to know. Account abstraction is nothing but whatever sort of like what we are trying to build at Zenguard with the standards such as 4337, trying to abstract all the account functionality from the user, so user don't have to think about managing the keys, paying for transaction fees, and all these kind of things. So like when you exactly like when you open a bank account, you deal with depositing the money, and you get a nice net banking or the UPI transaction interface where you can do all these transactions. This is exactly what we're trying to do here with the account abstraction. But the second part of the account abstraction is, what we are trying to do at Zenguard is the modular smart accounts, which is not just the account abstraction, but you are trying to build all these features on top of this account abstraction. So the whole functionality of the whole benefit of the account abstraction is that you can make it much more modular, much more functionality rich, kind of like a account. So let's say you have a bank account and you want to create a current account there. You want to create a fixed deposit. You want to create an insurance. So these kind of things you could do with just one single account, right? Similarly, if you have a single smart contract account, all these features can be added on top of it. As I was pointed out, something like session key. So this is called as a modular smart accounts, which is again a standard. Very early, everybody's trying to collaborate, come up with the best standard so that everyone can interoperate. And the couple of other things which are coming up is something called the intent-based transactions. Again, intent is a popular term right now, where it's kind of like collaboration with the AI, where you could just instead of doing the interaction or creating transaction yourself, you tell the account, say that swap this much amount of uh, Ethereum to USDT. So it finds the best solution for you. Like you don't have to go to something like Uniswap. You don't have to go to something like SushiSwap or any of the chain agnostic kind of like solution. It will find the best path for you, and it will do that swap and give the USDT or the US dollar in your account itself. So it will find the best way that's possible. It's kind of like interacting with the ChatGPT. So the third one I would say is something called as a network abstraction, and which is very important. Just like account abstraction, when let's say user wants to own Polygon token, a Polygon currency or Bitcoin or something like that, they have the whole different options of either owning that Bitcoin in the Bitcoin chain itself or Ethereum chain, or it could be wrapped in something like Polygon, Arbitrum, or Optimism. But most of the time they don't care as long as it's a Bitcoin. It's like sort of like exchange. When you log into an exchange, you have a Bitcoin there, but don't know which chain it is, right? So we shouldn't be the one deciding which chain it is, but as long as it's cheaper, you should be able to send from one account to the other without caring about this chain. But it will find out which is the best chain you could do the transaction, so that you will get a cheaper transaction. So you could send from either, if you have Bitcoin, Ethereum in Ethereum chain, so you want to send it to the Arbitrum, it will find that way and it will send it to the other user. But yeah, you don't have to care about all this different network or chain switching and all this kind of thing. So chain switching, chain abstraction, and intents and account abstraction is something that is very popular.
Wow, quite fascinating. Thank you so much for this showcase. I think there are no further questions. But yeah, smart accounts indeed make user onboarding quite simple. And I truly hope our community can leverage your platform for a smooth user onboarding process. We would love to have you in our future sessions with any kind of different projects you may be working on and showcase to our community as well. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
all
having
for
me.
joining as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Have a good night. Bye.
Have a great night. Thank you. Bye bye.